If they give me the go-ahead and say, no, it's not going to affect any of that, all you're doing is just changing the host to a faster running server, and you'll still have everything, I'll go, right, okay, let's do it. So it's going to cost me round about £430, which is like, might as well say $500 every 3 months
Oh, damn.
in American money to run it, which I think is doable. But that's a 100 slot, because you can't have an 82 slot. You can only do like 60, 70, and then the next one jumps straight to 100.
So we might end up
So if we go
having
down,
capacity issues, but we would have better service.
you definitely have better running smoother DayZ if we dropped it to 70 players or back to 64. Then you'd have tons of people still not able to get on. So if we went straight in for the kill and did 100 slots, it would be able to maintain and handle that. It's guaranteed, apparently, but I want them to confirm that in a phone to me that will happen. So if that's the case, then I've got 3 months to make £430 or put towards it, or as much as I can make every 3 months, put it from the server to help the server keep going and community-wise.
I mean, I can
Which I
almost
think is
guarantee you
doable.
get the first 3 months.
Yeah. Well, we've had the guys today, the drifters, come over, and they've already spent like 120 something quid, or 130, buying a town and having tiers put in and other bits and priority queue and all that. So they bought all that already. That's the money that allowed me to bump it from 64 to 80 slots straight away.
I know a few of us are talking about, doing something bigger too. So
Oh, that's cool. So
that
I
would
think,
definitely
like I said,
help.
I've been through everything, and every conversation I've ever had is the same thing. They're not telling me it's not what we're doing with the custom files. It's not like, say, like if I leave this ring in, this won't affect the map at all because no one's near it. It only pings things in when you get in a certain radius of it. This is what they've told me on the phone. So, like if you're running through a forest and all of a sudden you get a spike, a lag, that normally indicates that someone's near you, or there's a dirt plot, or there's a base in a forest. So you run around trying to find this little lag spike again until you come across like a dirt or a tent or barrel or something that's in the forest. And he said that's the same thing as what's happening. So say there's 20 players in Novi Sobar and you're running into Novi, you're going to lag like crazy for a minute because you're pinging off everything that's in the town, as in the players or a barrel storage or a tent storage. It's picking it up. So if you're still staying in the town for a long period of time, you move, you'll get that lag for a second because it's telling you that something's in the area or something's loading in, as in the storage. So it's technically the lag issues in the big populated areas is the community's fault.
Right.
It's what
I mean
it
that
sounded like they were trying to say.
that makes sense too because like when you're driving a car, you're driving a constant, lag spike, basically.
Yeah, because you're registering. uh, For example, the radius on that is 200 meters. So if you're driving and you're getting nothing, and all of a sudden you get a quick lag spike, and that's where the car diverts off the road, it's because at that moment in that radius, you've just had a lag spike of something that's in that area. That's either a player that's just come into that radius, or you've just drove past somewhere where there's a tent, storage, anything like that. They said it's not so much the modded stuff that you're putting in. Yes, it doesn't help, but as I explained, I said I've been on servers where the whole like Northwest Airfield has been turned into a fucking fun fair. And all that in that
Right.
file is probably the same amount that I've got on the server. And they were like, and I said theirs is quite smooth, and then they suggested something to me, and at the time I didn't understand what they meant, and then I've been talking to someone in a ticket, and they've said the same thing. So I've been talking to him, and he's like, yeah, no, it won't affect anything. You've just got to upgrade it, but it costs more because it's better quality. So as long as they tell me on the phone that nothing's going to happen to the server or the community, if it wipes it, it wipes it. I can't do nothing, but I will always give everyone a
Right.
heads up and tell them.
I feel
But by
like
the
we can
sounds of it,
afford to lose like the loot. You should be able to still like stash the files of like the custom bases and all that, so it's basically like a copy and paste for you for that.
oh, well,
But as
I
far as
back
like our
everything up,
loot,
every single file, every
right?
week.
Yeah, our loot.
So
I
literally,
mean,
all I'd have to do is
people
just
can deal with
reload it,
that.
like shut the server for an hour, reload it all back in, and then reset a couple times to let everything adjust, and then it's good to open. It just means we'd have to spawn in an area, like a shit ton of tools and building materials, and everyone would have to just go there, get it. I'd change a truck spawn and say, look, obviously these trucks, you can have a truck because of the situation, but you get one truck per faction, so fill it with tools, take it to your base and lock it up.
Yeah.
But by the sounds, it's not going to happen. Apparently it's all going to be fine, and it's just literally switching it. It's like going
So
from a
you'd be able
PS4
to
to a
keep
PS5.
people's loot too. So like all this shit, for instance, would be here.
Yeah, apparently. This is what the guys told me in the
I
ticket,
don't know about
and
that. I mean,
they
that'd
tried
be
to.
nice. That'd be beautiful. I don't see that happening. I think everything's gonna have to be
Yeah.
wiped as far as loot wise. Like you should be able to keep the customs.
Yeah, I can keep all the files, like the JSON files, the type files, everything. I've just got to load it all back in, and all the custom stuff, I can load it all back in. But I thought we're going to lose like all the builds that everyone's done and all the loot, but apparently not. All you're doing is changing the connection speed and the RAM and everything, and it doesn't affect anything. But I've heard people tell me yes, and I've heard people tell me no. I've heard Nintrado say yes, and then someone else has said no. So tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm going to phone them. I'm going to tell them exactly what this thing is, this ESP, and how, like, why it's so much more and what's on offer. And they'll tell me, and I'll go, right, so if I purchase that right now for 430 quid, and that covers me for 90 days, is that going to wipe the server? And if they say no, and I say, are you guaranteeing this? And they'll go, yeah. I'll go, good, I'll do it. And then if I log in and everything's fucking gone, then I'll kick off until I get some sort of compensation from them. And we'll just have the server, because we could rebuild this server in about 5 hours with the staff team. And
Oh, yeah.
people would just literally log in. You know, we'd create a password we'd put a password on the server, and then we'll put the password into everyone's faction and say, look, this is the server's locked while all factions get on and all shopkeepers get on, and everyone that's got like the bundle packages get in, get your stuff locked up, and then we'll do a restart and put it back to normal. Done. So, well, I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping that they're going to say no, it'll be fine and it's all good. But I won't know until I speak to them.
I mean, it sounds promising if you're upgrading to the complete elite package. That sounds promising.
But like I said,
Actually.
by the sounds of it, it's not. It doesn't affect that. They said you just basically. It's like you're buying, I don't know, 500 gig RAM. That's what you got now, and you're buying a gigabyte. So all I
Right.
do is change it. But I'm always cautious about everything I do. You know, I don't want to just do it now, do a server restart, and then we all load back in and we're all stood there naked. It's
Right.
like, oh shit. I want confirmation that that's not going to happen. So I'll get on that
I'll tell you
tomorrow
what.
and I'll
If
find
I
out.
wake up tomorrow and you made the announcement, I'll throw in a quarter.
What?
Said if I wake up tomorrow and you made the announcement that that's what we did and it all worked, I'll throw in a quarter. A quarter of the
Oh, I
payment.
appreciate it. Well, like I said, I'm always honest with the community, and I put the community first. So I'll literally make the announcement that this is what we can do, this is what's going to happen. It's coming out of my pocket. So, you know, if you all love the community and you feel like you can help, I appreciate it, and we'll just see what happens from there. You know,
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
I
we love
don't know
this
how to
community.
fail. Yeah. I've always been like, I don't know how to fail. You know, I said to myself, I'll make it the greatest server going, and in 6 months, look where we are.
Right.
So
You're
it's
literally the
definitely
only
working.
full pop fucking server out there.
Every week there's another server that pops up, and it's like, all right, and then like a month later it's gone, or it's dropped from 32 slot down to 10 slot, or I'm like, right, okay, so I know, without being big-headed, I know that we're doing something right, and I know that this is the main role play server. And I definitely think as well, going forward, this whole government thing, staying away from that has helped massively, 100%, I think.
Yeah.
I think people are
Governments
bored
get
of it.
stressful
I think
and too much, and you guys kind of allow the
you've done it.
leniency. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you
I
ran the
learned it.
Livornia police and stuff
I
like that.
was mainly on roleplay
I
TM
spent
too. Roleplay TM when
yeah,
I began
I
learning.
spent
Like,
too much time as the police chief, and then you get it all set out, you get everyone good, and then you go, right, I'm going to step down, let someone else run it, and then within 3 days it's turned to shit, and you have to go back to it, and it just takes so much of your time, and I could never really do anything.
especially
But
being
I
like
think that's
owner,
helped.
admin. Yeah, it all gets too much.
I enjoy it. I enjoy the style now. Like, yeah, I'm always constantly busy coding and sorting the files, moving zombies, custom builds, everything. And I get a bit of time to play and have a laugh and stuff. And I don't mind. I don't mind sitting in the prison for like 6 hours with the server because I get to hear all the good feedback and everyone excited and shit. So,
Right.
but yeah, keep me on the announcements and you'll see. But like I said, I'm not going to do nothing without speaking to them, and then also what the community thinks. I'll put it in and say, look, they've guaranteed it's not going to happen, so please bear with me. And yeah, if it does happen, shit, it's the fan. We'll just work together like we did on Roleplay Improved as a community when the server got wiped by some of the old admins.
Right.
We shut the server, passworded it. Within 2 hours, we had everything fenced back up, and everyone was understandable, and they all logged back in, and off they went, and we was good.
I mean,
I think
wipes
we'll
are
be
gonna
fine.
happen.
If that,
That's what I've always came to conclusion with, like being an admin for years now and whatnot. Helping run servers. Like wipes have to happen. Community's not gonna like it, but I mean, it has to happen from time to time.
I don't think it's going to be as bad for us because it's only been 20, 22 days, something like that. The
Right.
server, the last wipe we did. If it was 2 months in, then I think people would be more bit hurt about it. But
Right. I was already making comments about it. Like as soon as you mentioned, like, oh yeah, we can find a new host server, but it might do this. I was literally posting in
yeah,
public chat, like, well, fuck it, wipe it. And all of us, like, on my team, know that, and we're all for it. Like shit happens. It makes it more fun to go out and loot again.
Feel that. It's on the sofa. There.
yeah, it's because it's been on there.
Right, but sofa, you set fire to it.
It's not going to set fire.
We will leave it like that all night.
No, I'll unplug it. Right? Right. So yeah, just bear with me, and I'll let everyone know when I know, sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
That's
You're
the
doing some
best I
good
can
shit.
do.
You got our support.
Thank you.
100%.
Yeah. Oh god. Let's do that bouncy thing again. Right, Savage,
Right.
you come with me. Let's make a run for it. Your lock's there.
Yeah.
Can you
I'll
see
lock
that,
it
man?
up. Yeah.
Your lock.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was still glitched post or not. You got it? Cool, right. I'll catch up with you in a bit then.
For sure. I'll see you guys later.
See you in a bit. Right.